have a high opinion of Baldur's Gate 3. I loved Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I've been a longtime fan of CRPGs. Does it have bugs? Sure. Is it perfect? No. But do I believe it deserves negative reviews on Steam? Absolutely not. Today we're going to find out what other people's opinions are. We're going to take a look at some of the negative reviews of this game. Why? Because it's fun to see what people are bitching about. If, games aren't a perfect 10 out of 10, it's garbage because it isn't everything that I expect. It didn't meet my expectations. So let's find out what all the naysayers had to say about Baldur's Gate 3. Why is everyone so horny at me all the time? I play video games to escape reality, for fuck's sake. It's hard for me to just, get the wife to come at me all horny. Why complain? If people are coming at you horny, that should be a good thing. I think that this is a positive thing about the game. Come at me. Be horny. Bring all the horniness. I'm ready. My body is willing. Oh, we didn't have very far to go to get this one. Great world building and all, but the combat is hot garbage. Not worth the $60. Did you hate your experience with Diablo 4 and just saw that everybody else was jumping ship? And then you freaked out because it was turn-based, but you just bought into the hype without doing your own research like an idiot? Probably. This one's cute. Having to use 2 launchers drives me nuts. Look, I agree. I don't like having excess launchers. But a negative review for the XS launcher? Really? That's what you're going with? It's not that big of a deal. Oh, I was wondering if we were gonna get one of these. The worst game I've ever wanted to play, but won't because of the horrible character cast and woke ideas forced down your throat. Boy. Can't even enjoy a game without having all the woke culture ruining my gameplay. How dare you have, I'm assuming it's because one of the male characters hit on him. I don't understand with the woke ideas. Maybe it's because you can have a feminine presenting character and give her a penis. Maybe that's what it is. Needless to say, if a video game is hurting your feelings that badly, maybe you should try some therapy. Maybe put your Bible down and get an actual education. I don't even know why I stopped recording in the middle of these. Pretty Mid became popular only because of horny audience. Do you not know that there's a huge, there's a Venn diagram of kinky culture and the degenerates that are playing not safe for work video games and in D&D, they're almost a circle. They knew their audience. Not everything is for everybody. Unlike Bethesda, not every company needs to water something down so it appeals to everybody. There seems to be a lot of these that just decided to not do any research. 9 hours. 9 hours gave it a negative review. I tried playing this game. Story was interesting. I could not get past how horrible the gameplay was, however. Glitchy click to walk and did not like the fighting at all. Play-by-play single move fighting. I got to level 3, but could not stand it. Spent some time looking up how to play and what to do on YouTube and didn't like what I was learning about the game. But because I was 2 hours over the maximum refund time, they won't let me refund my money. Don't waste your time with this game. It is 2023. There are so many resources for you to go out and look. People have been playing this game in early access. You could see what the gameplay was. Yet again, I have a feeling that this was somebody that purchased it on the hype, didn't do any research. It's not hard. YouTube. Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay. Enter. There it is. You'll see it. You'll see what it is. You'll know if you don't like it or not. It's that simple. Honestly, I'm glad your $60 still went to Larian Studios. They deserve it, and you deserve to be punished for being a dingus and not doing your due diligence and researching what the game was that you were purchasing in the first place. Oh, okay. 14 hours, not recommended. Overhyped. It's decent, but I don't understand the overwhelmingly positive rating. Story is good, acting is good, but the combat is a slog on medium difficulty. Every battle is far too difficult unless you are save scumming and camping after every battle. Takes most of the fun out of it. Only option is to get good, which I can understand if the difficulty wasn't over-tuned at level 2. This game was not difficult. I don't see how this game was difficult. Maybe I'm wrong. Did anybody else, did any of you find the game difficult, like, at all? I guess I don't see it. Maybe there's something I don't see. Maybe it's just because I've been playing tactical games for many years that maybe this is just, you know, younger people who aren't used to this type of gameplay, and they're used to just, you know, smashing a button. Oh, here's another one of my favorites. These are always my favorite. The positive reviews are overwhelmingly insulting. I believed them and bought the game. So, again, probably zero research. After 100 minutes of going through some LGTB woke character creation, extremely boring combat, I like turn-based system, and the worst camera in game, I got it refunded. Now, I will say that the camera does have issues, especially when you have, like, when it keeps wanting to jump to multiple levels. I'll give you that. Then I learnt about the disgusting man and bear scene. It is shocking this garbage can have a 96 score on Metacritic. These types of people are hilarious. I mean, like, obviously he says after 100 minutes. So he spent 100 minutes going through the character creation, and it's woke character creation. It's woke. I'm sure this person was on Twitter backing that bald dude ranting about pronouns in Bethesda's most recent title, Starfield. It's not, the funny thing is it's not even woke. Like, there are actually intersex people. There are people that present differently than you do. I don't understand the anger and the hate. Maybe you should put your bibble down. You question the words of the mighty Jimmy for a second and actually read some history and some science. Like, actually educate yourself beyond what your, I'm assuming, narrow-minded creationist upbringing has probably given you. You better kneel down and pray to Jimmy with me right frickin' now. 0 out of 10, do not recommend probably ever interfacing with this person. Oh, well, there it is, guys. He's a fan of GT. You know what? I like GT. It's a bad joke. But shut up. It's funny. Moving on. I don't know what this is. 15.2 hours. I need to stop playing Larian game solo. And the name is I Don't Own Enough Socks. I don't know if anybody has told this person, but you can wash your socks. You don't have to throw them away after you dump a hot load into them. Oh, see, I don't understand. Like, do people not understand the point of a negative review? Incredible vision, legendary writing, unbelievable scope, masterful design, perfect implementation of D&D 5e rule set. To me, that sounds like a positive review. Nope. No pause function. Fails basic technical certification requirement. Final score 0 out of 10. Please examine commonly accepted practices before shipping your title. I hate to tell you, a lot of games don't have a pause function. 0 out of 10 because you can't pause the game. You do know that you can just leave the game standing there. Time isn't ticking away. You can just stand there. Nothing preventing you from just letting your character sit there. The game doesn't need a pause function. 93.7 hours. Incredible, legendary, unbelievable, masterful, perfect. 0 out of 10. Make it make sense. This game should never have been called Baldur's Gate 3. Divinity 3, and go with that. I would recommend it like that, but not as a Baldur's Gate 3 game. So, here's the deal. These games, these older games, they're fantastic. They're good. But you know what? Times change, people change, things change, and you gotta move on. You gotta let it go. Would you have rather had Bethesda get a hold of it and do what they did to the Fallout series? Maybe not worth a negative review if you were, stuck in the past. Because it was very much a Baldur's Gate game. The setting was in Baldur's Gate, and the rule set was Dungeons and Dragons. Would you have accepted it being called Baldur's Gate 3 if it had real time with pause? Oh no. Here's another one, very overrated, and does not live up to its predecessors. The story feels like it has been written by teenagers, and the visual style looks like a mobile game. I don't know what mobile games you're playing. They may have updated the original 2D visuals to 3D, but the characters and story are very much more 2D compared to the prequels. If anything, it sounds like it was written by a teenager. It's this review. This really falls flat and makes a waste of time and money. So, I would like to say one thing. I've played the originals. The original character development. Let's take Minsk, fantastic character, who also appears, spoiler alert, in Baldur's Gate 3. You find him in Nashkel. He speaks to you. He wishes you to find this woman, Danira. She is being held captive by gnolls. Please go rescue her. You rescue her. That's the end of Minsk's story. That's the character depth that you're comparing to. And now we're just gonna end this on a positive one. It's a positive negative because this review is frankly freaking hilarious. You approach the Steam store page, ready to leave a positive review. Critical failure. You attempt to write something good, but the memories of rolling a 1 on an advantage check of 8 to intimidate a goblin flood your mind. Your parasite stirs. Your finger refuses to obey. The mouse cursor floats towards the thumbs down button. You compile a negative review and press confirm.